Part 2. No, that's not alright, is it? I mean, think about children, right? Everybody grows and they learn every day, okay? When you grow up, you kind of think you're an adult by the time you're 15. By the time you're 25, you realise you didn't know anything when you were 15, okay? So in what sense is that right that a child at 7, 8 years old or whatever age would then decide to be a different sex and know what they're talking about, okay? It doesn't make any sense. All they're doing is debasing people, alright? Isn't it hard enough when you know what you are in the world, if you're a boy or a girl, and you know what your orientations are? Isn't it hard enough to get through life and be who you really are and who you're meant to be without having that option of becoming a completely different sex, or being a unicorn, for instance, or being a non-identifying person, alright? I'm not making fun of these people. All I'm saying is that some of the bad forces in this world are playing on people's vulnerabilities, yeah, and they're taking advantage of a lot of people. Everybody needs to be aware and research what's going on in the world, and especially with this kind of stuff, alright? There's been agendas that's been running on the higher levels for years and years now, and it's not to help people, you know. The way things are going, do you think your government ever wanted to help you? I mean, I've never ever thought the English government was on English people's side. I don't know, man. You can see things that's happened in the USA. It's been mirrored over here, but it doesn't get talked about as much. Like, you know, years ago when they were selling the industries, Margaret Thatcher and all that happened over here. Poll tax and everything else when that came in, all right? When they sold the industries in America, they sold them here as well. So, you know, you have a lot of people now out at work because their industries have been kind of stolen from their families and everything else. You have a whole culture wandering around, excuse me, not knowing what to do with themselves, basically kind of stuck into computer games or their phone or Instagram or some other bollocks that's going on. Excuse my language, but it's, you know, it's annoying when you can see what's actually going on. Yeah, there's a heck of a lot going on in the world, and it just makes you wonder how much farther this is going to roll down the road. What's the next stage? What's the next step for them to do? I mean, you see in America, right, they've had drag queens in libraries, right? And, you know, people trying to put across that it was innocent, and yeah, fair enough. Okay, we said, all right, then we'll see. So they went in there. Some of them are doing dance moves in front of the kids. Do you know what I mean? Like, literal, you know, like, kind of lap dance and stuff in front of the children, and that's all right. I mean, for God's sake, people, really what's going on here? We need to really stop and pull back and go, whoa, hang on a minute, do you know what I mean? You can't tell me how to live my life, okay? And they're trying to put people in prison for, I don't know, calling someone a wrong pronoun, for God's sake. I mean, when's this going to stop? We're just getting locked down more and more every single day, right? And no one seems to notice a damn thing, alright? So I just need to stand up and say something. I feel I've got to stand up and say something, and I've got to stand up and do something, because this is not alright. You know, this is not alright. There's a lot of people been doing work on YouTube, loads of them. Richie from Boston, that's the only one I can think of at the minute, but there's hundreds of them, alright? I think people need to stop watching the TV and get on YouTube, right? And I don't know where people have got this attitude from, that, oh, YouTube's not real, but the TV is. Completely the wrong way around there, alright? The media, when the media tells you, a lot of that is actually manufactured. A lot of it is actually what they want to tell you and not what's actually going on. Whereas if you go on YouTube, you have got literal natural resources from people around the world, human beings around the world, that are telling you the truth about what's going on. So to me, that's backwards as well. Everyone needs to stop watching the news, go on YouTube and start looking what's really going on in the world, guys, because we're getting locked down, we're getting taken the mick out of here. They're trying to take the minds of our children. They're trying to like steal our children from under us, telling them that they can do what they want, and it's like, do as thou wilt shall be the whole of the law, right? Aleister Crowley goes back to some evil stuff. If you think about it, right, if you know what's going on, It's a bit like the cartoons we used to watch when we was a kid, like the guy sitting in the office with the cat going, yeah, and it really is like that, because there's real evil and there's real good in the world, and alright, people just need to be a bit more aware of it, because there's like so many different things going on to kind of capture people's minds and to emotionally blackmail them. Yeah, a lot of that's going on into thinking one way or another, and it's a Hegelian dialect, right? And it means problem, reaction, solution. Right, so they're giving you a problem, or they're making one up, making it look real, and then everyone's having a reaction, and then they're giving you a solution that they already had planned before they put in the freaking problem. Do you see where I'm coming from, right? Yeah. Everybody, guys, we really need to start talking about stuff and looking into what's really going on, alright? Don't take for granted that what the mainstream media and what the news is telling you is true, because a lot of it is propaganda, okay? I know it's hard to believe, I know it sounds like some movie or something, but it kind of feels like that, but it's true. It's absolutely true, right? Powers and principalities work against us, alright, constantly. And a lot of people don't see it, right? And the last thing I want is everyone to be deceived and not know what the hell is going on and follow the wrong road, okay? And it's grieving to my soul for me to just let people go down that road and not fucking wake up to what's really going on. Excuse my language, but this stuff is so heavy on the soul when you know what's really going on and what's really going on. I mean, the Jeffrey Epstein thing. What more proof do people need, right? That the elite run in these circles and they do these things, alright? With everyone that comes out, they've got links to several people, alright? What does that tell you? Does that not tell you there's a lot of people involved in things like pedophilia and things like child trafficking, alright? That's just the tip of the iceberg, man. If you knew what these people really did behind closed doors, I guarantee you the whole world would be up in arms. Alright, but like I said, just remember about this Greta Thunberg thing, alright? Trying to put the guilt trip on everyone, alright? If you think about it, it wasn't actually us that's done a lot of this stuff. The governments have done a lot of stuff for years and years. Do we get any say in what the governments do? You tell me. I don't think we do we? But yet we'll get blamed for stuff like going to war and all that. It wasn't even our decision. We didn't want to go to war. It was the government's. Think about this blame culture, right? Because it's how they get you every time. Right, guys, hopefully I'll be back soon anyway. I have a lot to deal with, and if this is that important to me, I need to get on and speak about it, but we'll see what the next thing is coming down the road. I mean, I can't believe what's just happened in California. My thoughts and prayers go out to everyone in California and the USA, because they seem to be attacking the USA now, the elites. It's like PG&E. Oh, we're turning off the power to prevent these wildfires. The next day, the fucking thing's up in flames. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. How do they know? Do you know what I mean? It's October. It's not exactly August, where it's the height of summer. Think about this, people. Please start thinking about this logically, because if you do think about it logically and look into it logically, you'll see that there's a lot going on, alright? And it's not just people like me acting crazy, that there is reasons to be acting crazy, alright? And it's like a free-for-all, okay? It's like they've come out and basically said to people what they intend to do, if you look into it, and their agendas, and Extinction Rebellion, so on and so forth. They try and create these big movements for people to get stuck into, not realising, not thinking on the bigger consequences, yeah? So let's not get hoodwinked in all that, because it could be leading us down a very bad road, okay? I mean, what's the next stop? What's going to happen next? Who knows? Alright, but just keep your eyes open, everybody. If the mainstream tells you one thing, please check it out, alright? Because normally they're telling you stuff for a reason. You're probably better off going to YouTube to see what's really going on in the world, rather than relying on the mainstream. The mainstream in America is owned by like 5 companies or something. There's so many videos of these newscasters reading exactly the same thing in different locations, exactly the same time, because it's all scripted. Do you see what I mean? But a lot of people don't understand that because they just keep watching the TV and they don't get it. All right? But, you know, a lot's been stolen from us over the years, a hell of a lot. Our whole life technically has been stolen from us in the way the system is, alright? I don't think we were supposed to live like this from the beginning, you know? So, like I say, yeah, just keep an eye out. Keep your ears open for what they're going to tell you next. But if I was you, I really would get on YouTube and get away from this construct of the system way of thinking. There's a lot of stuff being proven that what they've told us in the past few years and years is actually a load of lies. And there's proof of it, okay? It's not just people saying that like they did, for instance, with evolution, alright? Alright guys, I'm going to go for now. I'm going to probably do another video soon to talk about, or to talk to some of the people in the know on YouTube. Because it's like you have to talk on different levels because people don't understand certain things. And it's not easy. But anyway, guys, yeah, stay vigilant and just watch what people are telling you, especially if it's coming from the higher levels. Hopefully I'll be back soon, alright? Much love, God bless, and speak soon.